Imagine standing at the edge of a diving board, heart racing, knowing that the waters below are unfamiliar, yet they are full of possibilities. This is how it feels getting out of your comfort zone. Before 2024, I hadn't known any place other than Egypt. Haven't been on a plane or traveled anywhere, even to a distant city within my own country by myself. Little did I know that this leap, this decision of traveling and getting out of my comfort zone would be the most rewarding experience of my life. After graduation in 2020, I found myself moving from one job to another in search for fulfillment and stability. I even started postgraduate studies in Egypt. But still I felt that there is something missing. I found myself stuck at the same point, having a 9-to-5 job and waiting impatiently for the weekend and for my paycheck at the end of the month was my comfort zone. I remember that my friends used to call me and ask me to go hang out with them, travel somewhere, go on new adventures or try something new. And I would always say no. Just because I was too busy and I was having big financial responsibilities because of the economic situation in my country. But after some time, I realized that I'm still saying no, but not because I was too busy. I realized that I am saying no because I lost my desire to do anything new, like to try anything. I remember that I spent nights feeling stuck. Every day seemed the same. Then in 2022, I learned that one of my friends has traveled to the US as a Fulbrighter. Well, I was so happy for her, but I didn't have the courage to ask her how she achieved it. Because back then, I used to feel that, well, it's way beyond my reach. It's something I can't do. I'm not as brave as her. Years after being stuck in this feeling in 2023, I decided to widen my circle. I decided to connect with more people outside my circle. So I started connecting with people from the US and from all parts of the world. And their stories and adventures truly inspired me to try to find something to look forward to more than just the weekends or my paycheck at the end of the month. So I decided to take the risk, explore my uncharted waters, and I applied for the Fulbright FLTA program, the Fulbright Language Teaching Assistant program. So this is a non-degree program, and it mainly focuses on cultural exchange. And I felt that this is something I can do. Share my culture and talk about the true identity of our people. But I was so hesitant and scared at the same time because I knew that there is a lot of people who, in my country, that apply for this scholarship and they keep being rejected 2 times or 3 times. But I just applied anyway. After 3 months of applying, I received the congratulations email from Fulbright. I was so excited but scared at the same time. I arrived here in August 2024 as a Fulbright Language Teaching Assistant at Stetson University in Florida, after submitting my application only 5 minutes before the deadline. When I arrived here, I kept asking myself over and over again, will I be up to this challenge? I was hesitant still, even after arriving here. But I can answer this question now. I can say, yes, I am. Language has played a crucial role in this process. It has opened a lot of doors for me. It has enabled me to get a lot of jobs in different fields. It was my passport to connect with different people on a deeper level. It has even enabled me to finish the 30-page application for Fulbright. And I went to a small public school in Egypt. English was merely a subject. All the other subjects were taught in Arabic. But as a kid, I was so passionate about learning the language. I just thought it was cool. I used to learn a few words just to show off among my friends. And I used to chase my English teacher after each class just to ask him questions about like new words, like how to say these things. And he used to escape, like try to escape every single time, but I was so persistent. So I had the passion of learning the language. And this passion was strengthened after I joined the Faculty of Languages and Simultaneous Interpretation in Al-Azhar University. There I learned all the aspects of language. I learned the linguistic and cultural aspects of the language that will enable me to connect with the whole world. Coming here with a solid grasp of the language of English did not exempt me from cultural challenges. I found myself at the beginning navigating expressions like slang expressions, cultural concepts, and even different accents. But I was so lucky to have friends who would always answer my questions after laughing at me at the beginning, but it was fine. I remember this word low-key. I heard it 100 times when I came here, and I was like, what's that? I mean, I just understood it from the context, and later on I just learned that it means to some extent or kind of. So I was so lucky to have friends to explain to me. And before coming here, I thought that I would find more differences than similarities. I didn't think at all that I would be able to make close friends, to be honest. I just thought, well, language and cultural barriers will always be there, no matter how proficient in language or knowledgeable in culture you are. But guess what? I was wrong. I ended up having close friendships with people who became like family to me. With those people, I was able to explore myself, explore my abilities. We would have sleepovers, go have adventures together, try new things together. There was no dull moment with them. I remember that I figured out through these friendships that we share a lot of things in common, more than what we think. I had this conversation with one of my American friends, and it hit me. Her American mom and my Egyptian mom are basically the same person. I mean, calling us 17 times for no reason, or worrying about the smallest things, or just having this sixth sense when we are up to something. Moms are just moms, no matter where you go. There is a lot of universalities. In October 2024, I've experienced natural disasters for the first time in my life, with Milton, the hurricane in Florida, and everyone was freaking out. We were told that we have to evacuate, and I didn't have a plan. But thanks to connections again, one of my friends offered to come from a different state, drive us to Georgia for 8 hours, me and two of my friends, just to make sure we're safe. I was so grateful for that. We were so worried and scared in this situation, but it turned out that it's true. Every cloud has a silver lining. We ended up exploring places, having fun, and this has strengthened the bond between us in ways I never expected. It didn't end in this. I figured out that also connections is not only about pursuing career or personal, professional growth. It's also about building friendships, getting to know new cultures, and creating a whole support system. Thanks to my Native American friend, I was invited over Thanksgiving in South Dakota, and I even spent 3 days in Colorado. I didn't know a lot of information about Native Americans, but there I learned a lot. Through visiting historical sites, their sacred lands, a lot of museums, they took me everywhere, and they were amazing. We ended up sharing a lot of stories and histories, and I cooked Egyptian food for them. They cooked Native American food for me. I even tried the wild rice and the Native American bread for the first time. As you see, it was made with love by my friend's mom. I even saw snow for the first time in South Dakota. And I saw huge things that made me realize how big the world truly is. They call us cultural ambassadors. I'm here on a mission. And being here as a Fulbright FLTA, I'm required to integrate cultural elements in my teaching. This is what I'm trying to do. I feel so happy when I find people that are learning, like who are learning about the cultural aspects of the language, not only like the language itself, but about the people and the culture at the same time. I have organized some events on campus, and one of these events was the hijab talks. And in this event, a lot of people from different backgrounds and cultures came together to learn about the concept of hijab and its significance. And in this event, I realized that there is some stereotypes that need to be challenged. Some people would think that, for example, we never take off our hijab. Some people would ask me, well, do you take showers or sleep with your hijab on? But I mean, like, these questions can be funny, but they are never offensive. I know for sure that some people have a lot of questions, but they are embarrassed to ask them. And I keep assuring people that I'm so happy to answer all questions because this is part of why I'm here, to bridge gaps and to promote for understanding. We have organized other events related to the language, the culture, the food, and all of these events have taught me to be more open-minded and understanding of other people. When I arrived here, I thought that, this is Ramadan, you know that? So Ramadan is it's the most important month of the year for Muslims, in which we fast, we go to the mosque together, to pray. It's when all the family members gather over food, over iftar, breaking our fast. I was so worried that it would be very hard away from my family and my friends. But me and my friends and I have decided to create our own Ramadan. We decided to have iftar together and even go to different mosques to make new connections and meet new people from the small community, like Muslim community in the land and around the area. And we ended up having fun, and that was truly amazing. Arriving here, I was motivated to explore more than my immediate surroundings. I successfully visited 13 states so far on a very limited budget with my friends or by myself. It was like a door that was opened and will never close. And because exploring has always taught me to widen my horizons. It has broadened my perspectives. And I will never stop doing that from now on. My journey has not been without hardships. 2 years before coming here, we had a family disaster. My father has suffered a severe brain stroke that didn't only affect or changed him. It has changed our family's life to this moment. This has weighed heavily on me for more than a year and a half. I suddenly found myself in a situation where I'm carrying a huge responsibility. I was not ready for that, and I felt stuck and helpless. But this decision of traveling and exploring has given me the mental space to process my emotions. Sometimes getting away from the core of your worries help you see things in a different light. And I was able to even think of things clearly and come up with practical solutions for the situation there. Another benefit of exploring is it's not only helping you to deal with the stress in your life, it also helps you discover who you truly are. It's like holding up a mirror to yourself in which you see strengths and abilities you never knew existed. When I came here and I'm away from my family and my friends and my home, I learned the true sense of responsibility. I figured out that I was able to navigate airports, to book flights, to travel independently. I was able to manage my expenses without burning a hole in my wallet. I learned that I can cook without setting off the fire alarm. This was a challenge for me. I was not familiar with the concept, and I like to cook. So it was such an achievement for this year. And a fun fact in this context that I have made my first American friend because of a fire alarm. We ended up talking for 2 hours in front of our dorms just because of that, and because both of us were willing to make connections. We were willing to make connections because we knew the importance of connections. What I'm just trying to say is that I became more productive and braver in taking new initiatives, embracing opportunities. I have changed, and I'm telling you that I've discovered new versions of myself. I have learned the power of saying yes. I learned to say yes more often, and it has always been worth it. And I'm encouraging you to try new things and throw yourself into new experiences. And by hard work and optimism, you'll be able to survive, I promise. And I'm not saying that you should stop being worried or being scared. It's fine. I'm just saying you should do it scared. And I promise you, it will reveal potential in you in ways you never imagined. Discovering myself has been the greatest and biggest achievement of this year. I'm no longer this person who is sticking to a monotonous routine, waiting for the weekends impatiently or for my paychecks. I'm no longer this boring person. I've learned to embrace the adventure and seek out for personal growth opportunities. Change, I have realized, is essential, not only for your own personal growth, but also for inspiring other people around you. Guess what? My whole family now want to start their own adventure. Hopefully you'll not see all of them in the US, like it will be. Yeah, so I have questions for you. When was the last time you stepped out of your comfort zone? And what did you discover about yourself? I encourage you to explore the uncharted waters of your life. And as Mark Twain once said, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than the ones you did do. So I'm encouraging you to explore, dream, and discover. Thank you so much.